me y'all just saw Caitlin Clark destroy Cheryl Reeves on national TV. I know y'all saw.
Gangster Clark heard Cheryl crusted blueberry muffin ass Reeve being salty in that press conference, throwing shade at the Fever, and said, nope, get her punk ass up out of here. She ain't about to coach my team for the All-Star game.
But as a coach of the home team, there's going to be a lot of people cheering for that other side.
I don't get two shits.
How about one?
Not even one shit.
I don't know what's gotten into Caitlin Clark. You are leaning into this bad guy role. I love it. I don't know what's gotten into you, Caitlin Clark, but you've been on some I don't give a F lately. I love it. Oh my God, I cannot believe she just eviscerated and embarrassed Cheryl Reeve on national TV like that. They said, hey, would you like to make a player trade? It's better yet, I'll do you one better. Get this fucking coach up out of here.
Caitlin Clark didn't just make a draft pick, she made history on national TV in front of the world. During what was supposed to be a friendly, harmless WNBA All-Star draft, Clark flipped the whole script and served up the most savage move of the year, trading her own coach.
I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care. But I think we've already discussed we are going to trade coaches. He's going to take her coach, Sandy Brondello. Let's get it. It's going to be amazing. Sorry, WNBA, if that's not in the rule. Sorry, ESPN, if that's not in the rules, but we just made it a rule. So, Sandy Brondello, come on over.
That's right. When asked if she wanted to swap players, she smiled and said she'd rather swap coaches. And the target? None other than Cheryl Reeve, the same coach who snubbed her from Team USA, tossed passive-aggressive shade all season long, and acted like Clark's rising stardom was a league inconvenience.
Any second guessing here about not having Clark on the Olympic team?
From me? No.
This wasn't just a playful jab. This was a live, mic on, ice in her veins clapback that had fans screaming free smoke before the segment even ended. Forget rosters. Clark used the All-Star spotlight to settle a score, and she did it with the kind of cool confidence that turns athletes into legends. This is the moment Caitlin Clark officially became the league's biggest problem. If you're Team Captain Clark, do her a solid, smash that like button so we can keep dropping these spicy W takes every week. Now let's talk about the most disrespectfully beautiful move in All-Star history. When Caitlin Clark dropped that I'd like to trade coaches bomb, it wasn't just funny, it was calculated warfare. Cheryl Reeve, who was supposed to coach Clark's All-Star squad, got publicly booted for Sandy Brondello, and the timing, immaculate.
The coaches maybe is going to be the X factor. Okay. The coaches are maybe going to be the X factor.
Hey, Sandy defending champion, loves to shoot threes, lets her players get after it. I don't know. I'm feeling good with Sandy and Sabrina on my team.
On live TV with cameras rolling and fans watching, Clark made it clear she's not here for fake handshakes or forced chemistry. This was her moment to rewrite the script, and she took it without blinking. Reeve, the same coach who iced her out of the Olympics and shaded her on social, got her walking papers in real time. And Clark didn't flinch. She dropped the line like she was ordering coffee, casual, cold, and with a side of revenge. It was one of those rare sports moments where you know you're watching a shift. This wasn't petty, it was power. Let's be real. Caitlin Clark didn't just make a savvy switch, she made a statement loud and clear. I remember everything. This wasn't about strategy, this was about principle. She looked Cheryl Reeve dead in the eye through that ESPN camera lens and said, I don't care if it's allowed, we're trading coaches. You could hear jaws dropping across America. All those sly jabs, the Olympic snub, the 12 teams, not one player tweets, Clark clocked every one of them. So when her chance came to return serve, she didn't hesitate. She chose respect, chemistry, and winning over ego and old grudges. Now I gotta ask y'all, was that a power move or a petty flex? Drop Free Smoke Clark in the comments if you think she did the league a favor, because one thing's for sure, this wasn't random. This was a hit back, and it was glorious. Cheryl Reeve probably thought she was walking into the All-Star game with all the power. Coach of Team USA, veteran of the league, head of the Minnesota Lynx, she assumed Caitlin Clark would just play nice and fall in line. Wrong. What she didn't count on was Clark having receipts, patience, and perfect timing. Reeve's been throwing shade since day one. Subtle digs in interviews, tweets about how the WNBA isn't just one player, and that cold silence when asked about Clark's Olympic snub. She positioned herself as a gatekeeper, acting like lifting Clark up meant dragging the league down. That's where she messed up, because Clark doesn't forget. And while Reeve was busy underestimating her, Clark was playing the long game. The coach swap wasn't just a flex, it was a masterclass in revenge. Reeve came to coach a superstar. Instead, she got traded like a role player, live on ESPN with the entire basketball world watching. That's a career ego check she won't forget anytime soon. If Reeve was a storm cloud, then Sandy Brondello was the sunshine. Clark didn't just ditch drama, she leveled up with a proven winner. Brondello isn't just the head coach of the New York Liberty, she's led them to back-to-back WNBA finals and knows exactly how to elevate elite talent. The vibe shift? Immediate. No tension, no subtext, just straight up hoops. Even Brondello's reaction was gold. Her teenage son texted her, "Mom, you got traded." And instead of being salty, she laughed it off and embraced the moment.
Coach, you may have been involved in the first ever coach trade of any All-Star game ever. Just want to get your thoughts on that in your mind. First for you, Leo.
They announced it?
Yeah.
That you got traded?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to go look at all that.
Traded.
I have no idea what the teams are.
Second time in history now.
Jeez, as a player.
My son hit me up after he goes, I've created history. This is awesome. I got traded as a coach. But look, I get to coach with Sabrina. I'm on Caitlin Clark's in Indianapolis. I mean, what a great show. So we'll go out there and have some fun.
That's the kind of energy Clark wants in her orbit. Someone who actually respects the game and the players. Brondello has been unlocking the best from Sabrina Ionescu and breathing life into stacked rosters for years. Now she gets the chance to coach Clark, and best believe she's ready. This wasn't a backup plan, it was an upgrade. From passive-aggressive coach to championship-caliber leader, Clark just ensured the All-Star locker room is filled with strategy, swagger, and positive vibes. That's how you flip the narrative and set the tone. Caitlin Clark didn't just draft a squad. She assembled a dream team with a purpose. And if you were hoping for drama, she gave you something better. A roster full of trust, chemistry, and zero bad vibes. First pick, Aaliyah Boston, her Indiana Fever ride or die. That wasn't just loyalty, it was a message. She's rolling with the ones who roll with her. Then came Kelsey Mitchell, another Fever staple. By the time the starters were set, Clark had built a unit that looked more like a family reunion than an all-star experiment. But here's the sneaky genius. Every player she picked has never disrespected her. No rivals, no passive-aggressive social media stars, nobody who's ever thrown shade. It's the no ops rule, and Clark applied it flawlessly. Gabby Williams, hustle machine. Satu Sabali, all-around killer. Asia Wilson, MVP energy. Sabrina, straight buckets. These aren't just elite players, they're the ones who want to hoop with Clark. It's not just about talent, it's about energy, and Clark made sure the only thing toxic on her team was the competition. The second Caitlin Clark pulled the trigger on that coach trade, the internet exploded. Twitter, TikTok, IG, everyone went off. Fans weren't just hyped, they were howling. Caitlin just fired Cheryl Reeve on live TV, one tweet said. Another just screamed, "Thank God Reeve won't be coaching Clark." Bye. And honestly, that wave of support told the full story. People saw it for what it was, a calculated clapback wrapped in all-star glitter. Meanwhile, Cheryl Reeve had to sit across the court and watch Clark build a juggernaut of friends, allies, and hoopers while she got reassigned like a sub. The same coach who spent months minimizing Clark's impact suddenly found herself on the outside looking in. And let's be honest, she didn't just get replaced, she got replaced by someone who actually empowers superstars. It's wild how fast the tables turned. One moment, Reeve was supposed to coach the WNBA's biggest draw. The next, she's coaching against her, while Clark soaks in cheers, laughs with her squad, and runs the show like she's been doing it for years. This wasn't just a funny moment or a viral clip. This was a power shift. Caitlin Clark didn't just trade her coach. She flipped the entire WNBA dynamic on its head. She made it crystal clear. She's not here to play nice with people who tried to dim her light. She's here to win, to lead, and to rewrite how stars take control of their careers. With Brondello by her side, a squad full of loyal killers, and the full force of fan support behind her, Clark isn't just ready for the All-Star game. She's building a movement, one rooted in respect, real leadership, and championship energy. Meanwhile, Cheryl Reeve has front row seats to it all, watching the very player she underestimated turn the court into her stage. And if you're loving this new era of unbothered, unapologetic Caitlin Clark, drop a comment, hit that like button, and smash subscribe so you never miss when she lights it up again. Because this isn't just an all-star moment. This is the beginning of something way bigger, and it's only getting started.